Hello everyone, I'm Michael Gallegos and thank you for tuning in to KSUL News, where keeping you informed is our #1 priority.
And I'm Dana Adams. Join us as we explore controversial topics that have a tremendous effect on your day-to-day Simpson student life.
I'd like to start off this evening with a story about the changes in the Simpson University discipline policy. Dana, what's the inside scoop on this breaking news story?
Well, Mike, this year at Simpson, Student Development is introducing a new discipline policy that seeks to assist students in developing positive traits. Student Development is hoping to make this system a more redemptive process in which students have more of a say in discipline regulations. However, many students seem to be unsure what exactly this new policy entails. Let's hear what they have to say.
Do you know what the new discipline policy is this year?
I have no idea.
Do you guys understand the new discipline policy for this school year?
Discipline as in what? Like the student handbook?
Yes, what it says.
Yeah,
And
I feel like I do.
and policy is for this year.
No, I don't, but I'm kind of freaked out about it.
As you can see here, there is some confusion when it comes to understanding the whole procedure of the new discipline method being utilized by Student Development. We decided to talk to Jessica Christian, a residence life supervisor here at Simpson University, to get a better understanding.
Thanks for joining us today, Jessica. I was wondering if you could explain the new discipline policy for Simpson this year.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited about it. I think that the changes that we're making are really positive. We've done away with the level systems. We no more level 1, 2, and 3. We have written warnings, and then we have higher level disciplinary issues. The written warnings are issues that RAs and CAs would deal with. When it gets to the higher level, there are two areas of dealing with discipline. There is the residential side of it and then the commuter side of it. We have what is called a student conduct board. When we have issues that are brought to us, students can bring allegations if they have a concern about a behavior that's happening on campus. We ask first that they have a Matthew 18 conversation where they first go to that person, explain to them, this is a concern, this is what I saw, talk about it. And then, as needed, bring an allegation forward to us. We have copies of allegation forms available in our office up in Student Development, or they can contact any of their student RDs or student CD, and they can get them copies of that as well. They make the allegation, and if the person says, yeah, I did this, then we move forward with a disciplinary response. If they do not agree that this actually happened, then we move to something called a student conduct board hearing, which is the new part of our process that I'm really excited about. It's an opportunity for both sides to bring witnesses, bring evidence that either support or come against what is being accused, and to be able to really have an opportunity to give their side of the story. They have a chance. It happens all in one day. We hold the hearing, the board makes the final determination that day, and we should be able to move forward on a situation there. So it's much more expedited than it has been in the past, and I think gives the student a chance to really have a voice as well if they're being accused.
Yes.
So.
And do you feel that students understand this new policy or know of it?
I think we're in the process of educating. I know that our student leaders are educated and informed. We've done a couple of trainings with them to help them understand, and are hoping that the process will trickle down from there. But we are looking at other methods of training and educating our campus to let them know what's available.
Sounds like Simpson's discipline policy has undergone a complete renovation. Stay tuned in for more information regarding the effects as well as student responses in this breaking news story. Now we'd like to go to Nolan Burns with a little look at the upcoming weather for this fast approaching winter and Christmas season. Nolan, does it look like we're going to have a white Christmas here in the North State?
Not exactly, Mike, but it could potentially come close with all this anticipated rainfall we have for December. It looks like this month is going to be mainly cloudy with a 60% chance of rain throughout most of the week. Another thing to watch for is a possible lightning storm hitting the Redding-Chico area in the next couple of days, which is unlikely but still a possibility. And as we head into the next week, it looks like fairly mild weather, and at the beginning of the next week, expect to experience a lot of high-pressure winds sweeping through the Central Valley from the southwest. So make sure to wear your windbreaker because the wind chill is probably going to be below 40 degrees. And remember, we all know that if it's not the regular temperature, it's the wind chill that really gets you. Well, that's all I have for now. Stay tuned for more 24-hour weather updates on our website at www.ksulnews.com. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Nolan. I got chilly just hearing him talk about those fast approaching winds we're supposed to be having.
Me too. I feel like the studio just got 2 to 3 degrees cooler after Nolan's cold weather report. Anyway, Mike, I believe you have a story for us about a fast approaching trend of a different kind. What's with Simpson students' recent obsession with Facebook?
You know, Dana, that's a good question. The Facebook plague, as I like to call it, has a strong hold not only on Simpson University students, but on college students everywhere. Facebook was first originally started on February 4th, 2004, by Mark Zuckerberg, along with his fellow computer science roommates while they were students at Harvard University. It later expanded further to include any university student, then high school students, and then finally to anyone aged 13 and over. The website currently has more than 300 million active users worldwide, and according to a January 2009 Complete.com study, Facebook was the most used social network worldwide, followed by MySpace. Facebook has been met with some controversy, even being blocked by few countries and discouraged in most workplaces. At Simpson, Facebook has become the new form of communication between students as well as between university staff and students.
Sounds like Facebook is beginning to take over Simpson University one student at a time.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did, Dana.
On another note, let's go to Drake with a recent update on the Simpson University's athletic program as the men's and women's basketball seasons are beginning to reach full swing.
Thank you, Dana. Red Hawk basketball has taken a few steps in a new direction. Both teams have been looking for the best competition around to challenge themselves to be better. Although better competition will result in more losses, the Red Hawks are looking for quality basketball, not wins. Well, the Simpson University men's basketball team has had a bit of a difficult start, but the SU men's team is on the prowl for the best basketball they can lay their talents on. Coach John King created the toughest schedule the Red Hawks have ever seen for basketball. The mantra, "Never stop fighting," has led the Red Hawk men to fly to high levels of play through hard work. The Red Hawk men have put an extra effort on recovering defensive rebounds in order to make up for their lack of size, because to make playoffs, the Red Hawks will have to control the ball and grab every loose ball. Fans, keep your eyes on Jason Stubbs, a transfer from Biola down in LA. He has impressed the coaches on and off the court with his diligent work ethic, athletic abilities, and strong character. But be warned, Stubbs makes big plays happen. I believe that another player to watch is Josh Seidner. At a home game against Northwest Christian, Simpson was down by 9. Seidner then came in, and bam! Simpson was back into the game, with Seidner scoring 8 points almost immediately, as well as playing excellent defense that stopped NCU's top scorer instantly. Watch out for number 11. As far as the Simpson University women's basketball team, their season has started with a few bumps in the road as well. The Lady Redhawks are searching deep within themselves to find improvement after beginning the season with a disappointing 0-4 record. Led by Paige Barrett, the three-point queen, I can personally see the results of the high levels of play affecting the Lady Redhawks on the court. As it stands now, Coach Pringle's man-to-man defense is their key to the door of success. By the end of the season, Coach Pringle says that he will have his women playing in the playoffs for the Cal Pac Championship, noting that every one of his players will help the team this season. Also, the Lady Redhawks volleyball team went all the way to semifinals of playoffs. That is an awesome achievement, and we will be expecting nothing less come time for next year's season. Congratulations, Lady Redhawks. Back to you, Mike and Dana.
Thank you, Drake. We can only hope that both the Simpson University men's and women's basketball team keeps pushing themselves through during the first half of the season. I would also like to congratulate the SU women's volleyball team on their postseason performance.
Yeah, I think the men's and women's basketball teams have a lot of potential for this year.
Thank you for that sports update, Drake. Now let's go to Justin with the Simpson Health exclusive on the H1N1 virus rearing its ugly head here on Simpson University's campus.
Thank you, Mike. As you can see, I'm standing here in front of the Wellness Center at Simpson, and as you know, swine flu strikes fear in the hearts of everyone. Nobody is safe, even those here at Simpson University. But is it truly so terrifying as everyone thinks? Now that the results have come back from many people's H1N1 tests, there's new evidence that suggests that swine flu may be little more than a pandemic. According to an investigation done by the CBS News, almost 96% of the individuals diagnosed with the swine flu do not actually have the H1N1 virus. Doctors have been told that they must report anybody who has flu-like symptoms to the health department, and that includes anyone who has symptoms related to any type of flu, and this has skewed the H1N1 statistics. Many people that are treated for swine flu do not actually have the disease, and the best way to know if you have H1N1 or H1N1 symptoms is to educate yourself. Go online or talk to your local healthcare provider or the campus nurse. And do not get caught up in the unverified panic whenever anyone feels ill. That's all I have for now. Back to you, Mike and Dana.
Thanks for that Simpson health update, Justin. Sounds like this H1N1 virus could have been a little blown out of proportion here on Simpson University's campus.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for that update, Justin. After that story, we'll all remember to wash our hands several times throughout the day.
I think that might be a good idea, Mike.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to KSUL News this evening, where keeping you informed is our #1 priority.
And remember, our motto here at KSUL News is facts first, opinions later. On behalf of everyone in our studio, have a good night and stay safe over the holidays.